Imagine having nothing better to do.
Looking at it from the front, your farts are getting better and better.
Might have something to do with the microphone. Our standards are low, but our streamer is probably high.
So true.
So true.
So true!
Hey guys, when your mom uses your computer, but you forgot to clear your history, but you're at your friend's house. Servant themselves are beings above magic. Even the sorcerers, which there's only 5 in the world, can't summon a servant. Servant cannot be summoned without the grail. And then they are talking about Saber being the strongest without knowing her true name. They mean her class, the Saber class. In all wars, the Saber class is always made it to the final fight because magic is useless against them because they fought in a GE where magic was used a lot. And Saber is very strong. Stronger than Lancer. Stronger than Iskander. Also, she didn't even use her true abilities, but in Fate, even if you're the strongest or the weakest, you can win or lost. Not because you're strong or weak, but because a battle is more than a brute force. You said it feels more like a movie than an anime, right? That's because it's not simple. It's more realistic and logical than any anime you watched.
Gilgamesh is actually real. He even has a book about himself called The Epic of Gilgamesh.
What? This is fake news. Day 167, recommend. Fate Grand Order Memorial Movie 2023. Not a movie. Ugh, it's time.
When you fall asleep during the final exam and when you wake up you only have 5 minutes to complete it?
Iceman! This is an amazing film. But in 2023, I realize it is a warning that there's evil in the world. I like how YouTube comments don't show people's display names. It shows their handles now.
Yeah.
It's Dorian Gray 9702. I'm just a young Mexican stoner that smokes weed on my YouTube channel, trying to meet it out the hood one day. When I look at the top, there is no Mexicans.
Hi, Oliver Tree. Cool, you were in the video, lol. Also, first reply. Edit. Bruh, this comment has more likes than my most popular videos and shorts, lol. Edit 2. Let's make sure the comment beneath me gets less likes.
It's my favorite genre of comment, just the edits talking about the likes. Bro, why does this have 0 likes? And when it is the slime! Dropping. Edit. Let's beat the guy above me in likes. 4-year-old me when I lost mom at Walmart.
When Beethoven wrote this pathetic sonata, he was not deaf yet. When he was writing his 5th symphony, he was going deaf and was completely deaf by his mid-30s. Your response, my good sir.
Jesus is coming soon, and Jesus is the only way to salvation except Jesus as your Lord and Savior today!
I love the scene in Star Wars when Darth Vader says, "It's over, Luke. I won the Star War."
LOL! And then when he's back to Earth, he probably gonna forget how to walk with his knees and legs. For sure. And then he gonna forget how to use cups like the water and soda and all that.
There is Wi-Fi in space stations. The International Space Station, for example, has internet, but it's not really connected to the internet. When they access the internet, they are actually accessing NASA's communication system, which is provided by satellites called TDRS, which relays data.
Wouldn't there be fucking super Wi-Fi up there? Slowly puts down that cookie while watching.
You gonna finish that cookie, bro? Finish your plate, son.
Okay, Dad. LOL, we all clap because Monica killed her friends. LOL!
As a person with hugging issues, this video cured my hugging issues, but I now have diabetes. Dang it, I need to redo that.
Oh, this is by Troy Baxter.
Straight from the soul by Troy Baxter.
This is such a good name. Sorry, bro. I'll hug you, bro. I have socks on, so it is not gay.
When your mom pulls up and you forget to take the frozen chicken out.
No! The chicken! The chicken! No!
I remember I asked what the student council actually did, and the teacher responded, they get to put one student to death every year, with a perfectly straight face. LMAO, how'd you respond?
For me, I would ask their name and tell my mom every detail or word they said to me.
Wow, you're so cool.
Watch out, everybody. We got a badass over here. Dead puppies, but they're big chunks if it... Edit. Sorry for laughing at that, but it was so funny. Yeah.
Well, at least we can say Chirno is indeed rich.
He is strongest fairy of them all. He is also a billionaire because he sells ice from the North Pole to Santa and owns property in Las Vegas Strip.
Oh, already that beautiful smile of Voldemort after he was sent to Slytherin.
Glycerin.
Saraline. I never knew people could physically speak in EDM. How can one attain such power?
By being born in India, you're already born with the power. By being born in America, you get different powers, like hamburger powers, Lamau. Eat the fish, lol.
Ew! Please stop. Never. Lol.
Eat the fish.
Eat the fish.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Eat the fish. What if you pee your pants in the back rooms?
My friend Link recommended me this video, and I'm really happy that he did. I absolutely enjoyed this short film.
Dude, they're friends with Link from The Legend of Zorldo?
Yeah.
Who sent them... Oh, something smells good in there. And they are flocking to this video's comment section like a bird to a bread.
This is a very beautiful song that I got 500 pp. She's an introvert just like me.
Oh.
That's really sweet that you thought of your cat in that situation. Did the paramedics feed your cat poop?
You cry, but this is but a glimpse into my twisted mind. You wouldn't last a second if you were me.
Squeaky.
And they are flocking to this video's comment section like a bird to a bread.
Just use both takes at different points in the video. People will forget. Do that and then include this explanation.
It's always a dude in a white shirt, haha. Look up that one band school prank with Final Countdown.
Jesus is coming soon, and Jesus is the only way to salvation except Jesus as your Lord and Savior today! I honestly, anytime you read out a relatively normal comment now, I just think the reply is gonna be, Jesus is coming! We have the Fast Bird from Angry Birds Space Bootleg, Yveltal, and Chocobo, or the second fighting flying type. I think they got this way from Mewtwo. So remember in the anime where Mewtwo makes clones? My theory is Mewtwo made clones of the birds, and they all ran away, cause that really their nature too. So then when Mew found each on of them, Mew gave them what they desired most, and had them transformed into these new forms. Articuno wanted to be lazy and knowledgeable, so Mew gave him the psychic typing, and have him levitate, not fly. Zapdos was routity and scared, so Mew gave him the abilities to run and do a lot of damage, but had to give up its electric flying type-ing for fighting, and its wings for legs. Plus, it can jump far! Now, Moltres was greedy, but just wanted to be normal, but Mew mistaken that as being destructive, so gave it red flames instead of orange, and gave it a evil look to it. And since Galar was far away from Kanto, where the other birds were, Mew had transported them there to get their transformation done. And for those berries in the big tree were the only things keeping their true identity from other Pokemon, including Zygarde, the Pokemon of Order. So each time they eat a berry, they get their disguises and their powers straight from the source. Then when the DLC for the Crown Tundra came, there was one berry, and that's why they were fighting, to get some of the last berry to stay hidden, and Moltres in the cutscene was eating first because it was greedy. Then Zapdos came around, got a little angry, and wanted to fight Moltres for the berry. Then Articuno stepped in being lazy and all just used its eyes to shoot a laser at them. And that's my theory why they are like that. Hey, did you hear the news? Big Chungus fucking died! This is one of my favorite YouTube exchanges of all time. Could barely hear the fucking video! Hi, Lois.
Tokiomi wanted to know what the rest servant's capable of before unleashing Gil to avoid situation where he'll be hard countered because lack of info.
That's what Gil's start for. My Uncle Gil. This is my Uncle Gilgamesh.
Add Beck and Beck. Well, if you're someone who knows what comes later, then you'll see what Tokiomi gets in return of what he thinks were right actions. Add Beck and Beck. That would make sense, if it wasn't Gilgamesh who was his servant. When Gilgamesh is your servant, then in reality it's more like you're his servant, and for the best results, it's better to not order him to do anything he doesn't want to do. For Gilgamesh to be a useful servant, you need to be someone he can like or approves you being his servant. As someone who hasn't just watched Fate/Strange Fake, but also read its manga, and also played through FGO, there's no doubt how the summoner as a person reflects if Gilgamesh was the right choice or not. What Tokiomi did here in ordering Gilgamesh to retreat was showing that Tokiomi wasn't the right person for the job of handling Gilgamesh. Gilgamesh is...
This isn't a comment, but
this looks like a title.
This car travels farther than you push it.
It's most cars, right? Because you don't push them. Thanks, Tom.
Thanks, Tom stands. If by special abilities you mean her noble phantasm, then it's like saying they are equal because one bringed his shotgun, and he's winning and the other didn't bring his cannon yet, and that's why he's losing. But that's the point! For him, using his noble phantasm wasn't a big deal because it consumes little magical energy, so he can use it non-stop, unlike Saber, who will have to recharge hers. If it was only a fight between them two, that would give an advantage, yes, but it's the war, and her next opponents can be as strong, if not stronger than him, and they would not wait for her to recharge her cannon.
I'm sorry, I might have botched that take a little by laughing, but this is a visual element that will be lost on everyone else, but I really liked how your preparation including pushing up your fake glasses.
You gotta get into the character, you know?
My hungry ass couldn't be a brain surgeon.
What do you mean? What do you mean by that?
What do you mean? What do you mean by that?
What do you mean? What do you mean by that?
What do you mean?
Excuse me. What do you mean? What do you mean by that?
First phase attacks. Existence Eraser Minigun. He will rapidly shoot using a Existence Eraser Minigun, which will point towards Peppino, and if Peppino gets shot by it, your save file will be erased and you can only play as Gustavo now. Slap that has the same power as your mother. He will charge right at Peppino, and if he touches Peppino while doing it, he will slap Peppino with the same power force of your mother, which will instantly kill Peppino. Lunge. He will lunge at Peppino, and if he catches him, will cover him and will slowly drain his health with no way to escape it.
Wonderfully done.
Second phase. He brings up all the bosses and will corrupt them with the green goo, who will then take turns attacking Peppino with hard-to-dodge attacks where you have to attack them to drain the boss health bar to get to phase 3. Pepperman, first health point of phase 2. Now a rotting pepper with green goo that lost his way to paint. He will start charging at Peppino, and once he hits the wall, he will start to rapidly ground pound at Peppino 20 times. And after the last ground pound, will then start bouncing around very fast with no stop, with him being vulnerable but very hard to hit. Vigilante, second health point of phase 2. Now green with no more seriousness, he will rapidly firing at Peppino, and will then throw a dynamite which duplicates into 2, after it explodes from touching the ground, which then explodes into 4, and will keep repeating until 32 dynamite. Then Vigilante will bring out a flamethrower which shoots out blue flames, aka very hot flames, which will spread on the battlefield where Peppino has to stay in the safe spots that aren't burning to get to Vigilante to damage him. Noise, third health point of phase 2. Now covered with green goop and no more goofiness. He will start pogoing, which causes a shockwave each landing. Then he will go into his hot air balloon and will rapidly drop bombs at Peppino. Then he will start riding a skateboard and will start going back and forth 10 times to try to get Peppino, where he will then get tired letting you damage him. Fake Peppino, 4th HP of P2. Now more deteriorated and looking more or less like Peppino. He will do faster and harder to do versions of his normal attacks. Wow, he doesn't do anything rapidly in that one.
Kind of disappointing.
Yeah.
Should have designed him a bit better for that boss fight.
I agree. As someone who has played it.
Yeah.
Third phase. Peppino is put into a level called Cheese Haven, where all of the enemies, transformations, and level layout is based on cheese, where Peppino has to get to the end of the level while having to dodge Snick.exe. Snick and Snotty are good friends. And also having the time bomb from War. You like this? Final phase. Snotty gets so enraged that he triples in size and will go into the background, rapidly launching heat-seeking missiles at Peppino while sticking his hands out into the battlefield to try and grab Peppino, where once the hand is done trying to grab, will then become vulnerable, making it the only way to attack Snotty.
Well, then go to the back room.
Yeah, that's kind of the inflection I was... Alright. After fight sequence, after the final phase, Snotty becomes so enraged that he will start coming out of your computer screen to try to kill you, where you have to then... Or no. Sorry. Wow, I messed up. That's weird.
Yeah.
I thought I had this entire thing memorized. After fight sequence, after the final phase, Snotty becomes so enraged that he will start coming out of your computer screen to try to kill you, where you then have to turn off your computer off. That's not what it says. I wish that's what it said. After fight sequence, after the final phase, Snotty becomes so enraged that he will start coming out of your computer screen to try to kill you, where you then have to turn your computer off to finally end the fight and remove Snotty from your PT game forever. Upon turning on your computer again, you will be greeted with the rank screen, where if you manage to not take damage at all, you will get a SAP rank, which means Snotty approved perfectly, which will make you the most superior Pizza Tower player and will automatically make all of your save filed 1000% complete. The fight is encountered after killing Snotty and 101%ing the game 21 times, in which trying to kill him will make him grab Peppino, disabling all level and boss gates, and blocking all paths with green goo, forcing you to go into the now spawned boss gate. Dying in the final phase will make Snotty immediately lunge out of the screen to kill you.
I am getting hungry.
Yeah. I was thinking, I don't know if I want to do
sushi.
Not feeling the sushi?
I'm not sure.
Well, I am up for other stuff as well. If you still want to do... What is it?
That's all this is. I don't know why I screenshotted it. This is the funniest one. Oh yeah. I don't even know what it was under. Thank you. I might have screenshotted it because the name is K Gotcha Life DC2 Gamer 3009. That's a really good impression of Darth Vader's.
Yeah. That's how he talks. Oh, by the way, this is the bomb my dad bought.
Oh!